Hey y'all, Texas Beekeeper here. Today I'm going to go over a method of splitting that I got from a book called 50 Years Among the Bees by C.C. Miller. In that book he goes over several different splitting methods, and one of them caught my attention because it went from, I think he said 9 to 56 colonies. And the idea of this method is that you keep your colonies strong enough to still pull a honey crop. And the method that he uses is you take your two strongest colonies in the apiary, and for my instance, let's say this one is the first strongest, and then this one on the right is the second strongest. On day one, you would move the second strongest colony to a new location. It can be the same apiary, just a different location. Those field bees won't return to that colony, so it gets set back a little bit for a little while. Your strongest colony gets moved to the second strongest location, and you pull the queen from there and you put her back in this location. Put a box on the bottom with foundation, with comb, and then another box on top where you're going to pull brood, no bees, just the brood, from all of your other colonies that are able to spare some, and put them in the top on this location. And remember, the queen goes back in the bottom here. She'll work her way up to the top. Then in 9 days, you're going to take this one over here, which now has drawn some queen cells because they've been queenless for 9 days, and you're going to make some splits. This one here, all of the brood that you took from other colonies is now too old to make queen cells because they have a queen, but the queen that you want the genetics from has laid eggs in. So 9 days, you're going to take that top box that has fresh eggs, larvae, and move it to this location because you just pulled off the hive here to make splits. So now it's empty. You put the top box over here. If the queen's in the top, put her back over here. Now this one's queenless, and it's got all the eggs from the queen you want, just as it did on day one. And then rinse and repeat. 9 days later, those eggs that you pulled are now queen cells. You make your splits. Pull brood from any colonies that can afford to donate, put them over here. That queen keeps laying, and so on. And so, you know, really all your colonies, all you're doing really is preventing them from swarming, because you're taking brood constantly from them. Not too much to hinder their performance, but just enough to keep this one going strong and to keep the others from swarming. So as time goes on, all the splits that you make over here get stronger and stronger, and eventually they start donating more brood over here. And from that, you either have a lot more cells, or potential cells from the brood, or you could even start another location. You could do two at once. You could get your second favorite queen genetics and do that, but I'd typically recommend just stick with one and go from there. If you have extra brood, then you could always make additional splits. You could donate to other colonies, some of the nukes, build them up faster, and so on. But we're going to see how this goes. Want to see how it works. I looked on YouTube. I don't see anything on this method, so this may be the first, and maybe it'll help someone, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. That's what we're going to find out. Thanks for watching.